This is Xmind. Xmind's a mind map app, so it will create mind maps. Mind maps are a great way of planning assignments and essays, planning revision, which is obviously useful when it comes around to that time of the year when you're starting to plan to revise. It helps you to plan and organise your revision, and it helps you with the revision itself, and it helps you to plan any other activities you want to do, because it helps you in a visual way to see what needs to be done. Mind maps can be updated, moved, changed around, and so they're a great way of planning your work if you're a visual learner, and that's what helps you. Xmind follows the usual kind of mind maps layout, but it also has got some other things as well which might be quite useful. So let's just start by creating a mind map. So this is the first page you come to. If you click on the plus sign at the top, then you can start with a new mind map. If there's any templates that they've already done, you can use that. But let's start with a new blank one. And what it does first is it gives you the central sort of topics and gives you 4 branches off. Normally it might be easier to see if you turned your phone through, sideways, so it's done landscape as it's called, which is that way. The problem with that is the screen recording software I'm using doesn't actually work well that way, so we'll have to do it this way. So what you've got is you get those things. Then what you can do is you can then start clicking on things and start adding stuff to what's already there. So the first one there is central topic. If I make that a little bit larger, you can click on that, then you can edit it, and then you can put in your first thing. So let's say you want to do a mind map called revision. And then what you can do is you can then start amending the separate branches there. So let's call this one test. And because we're being specific, what's useful about revising and testing yourself is something called active recall. And then what you've then got is that, and you can then start to look at other branches of that. So again, if you click on that one again, you'd see the 2 options at the bottom. The options, the left and right buttons, the left one will put another branch off that one, a sub branch, and the one to the right, the button to the right, will create another topic below. So if you click on that one first, that will give you another topic there that you can add on. But if we go back to the original one, I want to add another branch that goes off to the side. So then you can start creating subtopics. So you can say, well, as I've said, a good way of testing yourself may well be through mind maps. So let's make mind maps one of those. And let's make another one of those from that. So if we sort of say, we'll make another one that runs alongside that one. So another one may well be flashcards. And you can build the mind map up, you can move things around and so on. So that's a quick run through that first part of it. However, in the great British tradition, let's go back and let's see if we can find one that we did earlier. So if I go back to this one here, this again has got the whole mind map things about revision already done, and you can see I've added an awful lot more detail, so there's awful lot more things here. When you've got the information on, you can then move it around. If you think something you've got in one place will be better in another, or it will be better on another side, or you want to make links, you can do all that kind of thing. But when you've actually created your mind map, your simple layout, which took a few minutes to do, you've then got different options that you can then do. If you click on, say, one of the nodes, as they're called, so this one, test active recall, you've then got the option there of edit, delete, select, and if you click across, copy style, cut, copy, duplicate, and fold. It will fold it back in together on itself. So you can then do that with those things if you wish to do that, move it around, or copy one that looks exactly the same and put it somewhere else. But you've also got the options at the top of the screen too. So from the 3 dots, if you click on the 3 dots, first of all, this is the free version. There is a paid version, so you're going to get regular invitations to subscribe to the paid version. But what you can do when you've finished your mind map and you're ready to go, You can click on share, so that will send it as a message to someone else. Export will allow you to email it to yourself or someone else, and you can print it out if you wish to as well. Pitch, it does set up in a particular way that allows you to use it as a kind of sales pitch search, so you can search within your mind map if you get very long, complicated mind maps, and so on. So those are 3 dots. Then you've got the paintbrush. The paintbrush allows you to change the layout of the buttons, so you can and the links. So you can say how long do you want the boxes to be, what colour do you want the boxes to be, what colour do you want the lines to be, what typefaces do you want to use, and so on. And you can change the shape of each of the joins and so on. So that is the paintbrush there. You've also got the next one along, which if you're using it is this pitch thing, tells you how to display the pitch. And then you've also got the option of picking different colours that you've got, so it'll automatically change the default colours and it'll change the default settings. So there you go, it's got that. So if we come out of that one, we've then got the smiley faces at the top. The smiley faces allows you to put certain things in. That allows you just to put little buttons in, so you can highlight it and personalize it. You can put stickers in, so you can sort of have a look at something. So if you're looking at something there, you might think of something that says, right, yes, something that indicates test. So you can put an icon in, and that just makes it look more attractive and more following the kind of standard traditions of using mind maps, where visuals are more expected than words. So you can select those and put those in, and there's also illustrations as well. Lots of illustrations you can enter just to make the whole mind map more personal and unique to you. So besides the smiley faces, you've then also got the plus sign at the top. If you click on the plus sign at the top, that allows you to insert icons. It allows you to insert a label, so you can add a label to it. You can add some extra bit of information that comes off the side of one of the boxes. You can insert it as a task. You can add a link to a website, so if you could put that in, you can then say, well, I'm going to use that later on because I'll click on it and that will then take me to the websites that I want to use. You can link to other topics. You can attach a file to the mind map as well, so you can click on that and that will bring that file back. Or you can insert an audio note. And again, like it says at the bottom, you can insert photos. You can use the camera to take a photograph and then insert that as well. So that's insert. And then you've also got what's possibly really useful if you're going to do the mind map, but you're going to use it for planning a piece of work, planning an assignment, or planning an essay. The 3 lines will actually take your mind map and make it into a list, and you can then export the list into Word or any other document, and you can use that as headings then to sort of decide how you want to expand on that to create a more structured piece of work. So that's the way that works, and then back into the mind map again as well. So as I've said, you can add anything to any of these places. So we've got one over here about revision that looks at length of breaks. So you could say, if what I want to do in there is I want to add an image, so you can click on the images again. I want to add a sticker, and I want to add a coffee cup, because that will remind me then about what the breaks are there and what they're for. So you can add all of those things. So you can add other files and other information and save it, store it, and then use it. This is done on the app, obviously, but you can then export it because the software is also available on tablets, and there's also a computer-based version as well, so it can be used on PCs. So you can generate something while you're sitting around and you've got a few minutes on your phone. You can then have that exported into the app on a computer, and you can then update and amend it on the computer and use it that way too. So that is a quick look at the mind mapping software called Xmind. Really useful if you're planning on doing any of the activities I mentioned before, like assignments, essays, if you're thinking about planning your revision or doing your revision, and help you to plan any practical activities too. It's available on Android and iPhone, phones and tablets, and it's also available on PC too. Thank you for watching and listening.